lives of peace. When fears are still, when striving cease, my comfort, my all in all. Here in the love of Christ I stand. That one.
That's the one.
Yeah, Stuart Townend, Keith Getty. Keith Getty is kind of a contemporary Irish hymn writer. He's written a variety of,
And on the CD,
Irish
they do
hymn.
that. They start that one out with the Irish whistle,
yeah, the
And-
penny whistle, yeah.
penny whistle. Well, our music director plays penny whistle.
Ah,
I knew you'd be hooked on it.
Yeah, yeah, I like this. You know, this is like me, you know, if
It's the
got a
only
little
thing
bit
he
of a,
plays, but
kind
he'll
of a
like
country rock beat. Oh, I like this.
he'll be playing. You know, he'll be leading the singing, but then on certain songs he whips out the penny whistle.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 or 3 of them. He's got this one big
The
one.
different
that's got-
pitches, yeah.
And I knew that he would get really enjoy that one.
Yeah. We're flesh and blood, but powers and principalities. We wrestle not with each other's love, but demonic forces in the heavenlies. I have decided I'm gonna make a stand. I have decided I'm taking back my land. I have decided thus far and no more. Gonna take up the sword and fight in the name of the Lord. It's a lot better with a band, actually.
You're doing all right, man.
That's a great song.
You get into that one.
That's a songwriter. His name is Don Potter. That
Yeah, you sent me a CD.
Oh, I did.
No, you didn't.
Since the fall,
No,
Prepare the
you
Way.
didn't send me a CD. You just told me about it. You sent me a CD of the praise band at the church there in Salem. And
Oh.
I was mixed up, and I remembered. No. You were telling me about Don Potter.
Yeah.
I haven't listened. You did send me a link to some of his stuff on the web.
Yeah.
So I checked.
He's
him
got
out.
a new CD out called Since the Fall, and man, I can't hardly stand. I'll play it, and then I'll wake up in the morning, and those songs are going through my head, and I don't have any music for any of them. There's no music available. You just have to figure them out, you know. So let's see here. How's it go? There is a promise being heard. I can't even remember. He's talking about, basically the song is about their believing, you know, that we are going to be with Jesus someday. You know, I can't help but wonder if I fail the test. That's where. See, I can't even remember all the words. This here. And a cloud of witnesses calling for me, and I hear those words shake to my feet. Then when he speaks these words that shake me to my feet. This may be the end of some things, but it's not the end of me. I'm gonna live forever with Christ my Savior, who died and was raised back up. I'm gonna make someday another place for the kingdom of love. I don't know why I spent so much time afraid when I was made free. So one of those chords, maybe it's this one. I don't know. This may be the end of some things as we know it, but it's not the end of me. It goes on. I wish I had all the lyrics because he's quite a lyricist.
You do have them, or you don't?
I don't.
You don't have
I
that
don't
either.
have it. I don't have that one with me. But I'm just now learning it. I'm just it's a basic country rock beat, 3 chords, you know,
Does he like
1, 4, 6, no big deal. But it's just
Is he playing a circuit, or is he playing a specific church? Or?
well, right now his ministry is really aimed at teaching a concept of what we would call worship ministry that looks at the Levitical priesthood and starts with the tent of David, where there was 24/7 worship, and where most of what we know as the Psalms came out of that, and how it talks about that, and so he's really just full time doing this. And have you ever heard of Rick Joyner? He wrote the books The Call, The Final Quest, and then he's the senior pastor of a church in North Carolina called Morning Star Fellowship. And Don was a worship leader there for a number of years in the late 90s and around in that era. Don probably close to my age, maybe a little older, and grew up in a rich musical environment. His father played fiddle, and it was kind of North Carolina or whatever, and like every Friday or Saturday night, people from the surrounding area would come with their guitars and banjos and mandolins and fiddles, and somebody'd be sitting at the keyboard, and they'd just make this awesome music, you know, and just flow, you know, and just play, and that's what he grew up in. And he immediately started showing promise. And his grandmother, I believe it was, got a word from the Lord that this boy was going to be a minister of music for the Lord, you know, that this talent that he had was going to be for the Lord. Well, he walked away from that for 30 years. He was a studio guitarist, which tells you a lot about his talent, in Nashville. And
what does that mean? Does that mean he would like play backup for people, or?
Chuck Mangione, the Judds, Clint Black,
Yeah.
Elton John. I mean, his what they call discography is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Who he's played for, you know, and he's a very accomplished guitarist. The cool thing is, for somebody like me that's, you know, just maybe a little bit average, you know, I can rip it up okay, but I'm not a consummate guitarist. Okay, I'm just probably average. His style is fairly easy to mimic. I'm not near as good as he is, but I can do and make it sound a lot like stuff he does, you know. And it's like this song, a lot of what he does is just scripture. He just takes scripture and creates music out of it. For example, this like,
That's Danny Govier. They have found some blood on the couch, and so they think Caper might have gotten hurt from their dog.
Okay.
So, ooh, I know. But he was quite concerned. He wanted to make sure that
Is it just a little?
Caper had got, yeah, he said it was a little, but wanted to make sure Caper wasn't in distress here or something. their dog's still panting kind of heavy over there.
We took Caper over. She had an encounter. Close encounters of the vigorous kind.
She asked what kind of breed it was, and they said obnoxious.
Where is she?
She's eating in the kitchen.
Well, I'll check her over when she's not eating.
Yeah, I kind of, gave her once over. She hasn't been acting like any different. So I didn't think so.
It's not flesh and blood, but powers and principalities. We wrestle not with each other's love, but demonic forces in the heavenlies. I have decided I'm gonna make a stand. I have decided I'm taking back my land. I have decided thus far and no more. Gonna take up the sword and fight in the name of the Lord. Jesus, Lord of Lords, Jesus, Almighty King, Jesus, Lion of Judah. Jesus, Lord of Lords, Jesus, Almighty King, Jesus, Lion of Judah. That's when you're doing it. Fighting in the name of the Lord. Using the name of Jesus, no greater power. Woo! And then,
I've heard that one. I think you played that when we were out there.
yeah. And then another one, same key.
How much do you play during the week with your worship band?
Right now, I'm not doing anything.
Are you,
In fact, we're in the process of resigning our responsibilities there. It's a combination of, our church had a 10-day fast at the beginning of the year, and Pastor Dan felt the Lord impressing on him just different things, and one of them is, Kim and I are not moving to East Portland. And it's hard to minister from afar,
I can imagine.
and that worship music and praise ministry is going to play a significant role in where the church is headed.
Uh-huh.
And he basically just, the Lord said, you need to lead it. And he's a good guitarist and singer. And so that's fine. And because I felt like the Lord had called us to that, by saying, you've always asked me, Lord, where can I be helpful? Where can I serve? And you're needed here. And because Dan was just exhausted. He was a one-man show and he was exhausted.
Mhm.
Well, things have progressed, things have changed, and we're not moving. There's not a whole lot that I'm just real confident about. I know for sure, but one thing, we're not moving. Especially with my health and all, I just.
So
It'd be
does he
kinda
have
foolish.
another person who's going to be able to lead the
Well, right
worship?
now he is, and then he's,
But you said he was exhausted from being a one-man show.
right, yeah,
It seems like it's going back to that.
well, it is and it isn't. We've had some people come in that were former worship leaders at other churches and things, and I think
Okay.
he's
So
looking
he's
at how
going to
he
have
can
some help
bring
with
them
that.
into, and, yeah. And then, my doctor has told me that I need to cut out. He said, quote him, you need to cut yourself some slack. So right now, during this, I didn't tell him about the work project I'm in right now, because I'm working 10 to 12 hour days, back to back, spending 4 or 5 nights in a hotel.
Man,
These seizures have been on the increase, and I was real scared about them.
from all that
The second
activity,
week of
you think?
February, that, you know, I get 264 users and 50 office locations that I gotta get done between February 2nd and April 8th. And I'm the end of the food chain. It starts with us placing orders at HP to build the computers, because the ones that are out there right now are coming off lease. And if we extend the lease, it's very expensive, so it's time to turn over the hardware. And so it starts with them placing an order to build the equipment, which then is coordinated with UPS for a certain amount of shipping days. The hardware arrives 10 days. Within 10 days before I get there, it's kept under lock and key until I get there. So I can't just decide I don't feel good, I can't go today. You know, a lot of times my job gives me that kind of flexibility, but right now I can't. So my schedule, I don't have an open day until the end of April. And
I don't know what that feels like.
I actually kind of tried to get out of coming to St. Louis this week. And I just kind of lobbed it out there. I was supposed to go to Minnesota week after next, and they let me off the hook of that. So that really helped. That threw 5 days in there that I didn't have. And there are other things that I need, you know, that I'm putting off.
Yeah.
That this will give me some flexibility. Because I put this schedule together, I didn't give myself any wiggle room, you know, we gotta get this thing done. And so anyway, about the second week into the project, my seizures were starting to happen several times a day. They were happening in front of people. I'm probably more self-conscious about it than I need to be, but boy, from my perspective, it's pretty disturbing, you know, when it happens. And I thought there's just no way I'm gonna be able to keep this schedule up. Even passed out while, fortunately I was at home, and I passed out during, for like a second, just floated off for a second or two. I said to Kim, because all